My connection with Safepedia is through Safety Connect. I went a few years back, and based on the fact that it was online, it gave me the opportunity to not have to travel, and the cost was very reasonable, and the level of excellence that the presenters provided really benefited myself as a safety professional, and taking some of those best practices and things I learned back to our organization. Yeah, David Padgett. I'm a safety professional, work for an organization where we have about a little over 11,000 employees. Of that, we probably have about 35 safety professionals that are in the field. From my position, I have the opportunity to have oversight and influence on those field EH&S managers. My connection with Safepedia is through Safety Connect. I went a few years back, and based on the fact that it was online, it gave me the opportunity to not have to travel, and the cost was very reasonable, and the level of excellence that the presenters provided really benefited myself as a safety professional, and taking some of those best practices and things I learned back to our organization. That transitioned into last year. We really opened it up and made some public service announcements, if you will, in different meetings that we are a part of as a safety working groups. We had multiple attendees, and the impact was that last year the speakers, I think, were even better than previous years that I had gone to, but it was cost effective. We did not have to travel to one central location, get hotels and things of that nature. Everybody had the opportunity to go, and the impact now was not only as it was with David a few years ago, but now the impact was across our whole enterprise. And so the second and third order effect of that was safety best practices and things that people learned in the field were shared amongst each other as safety professionals, but also transitioned and filtered down to our employees. And so it changed the safety, just knowledge base of what we have. And so, safety people were always looking at numbers, and could you go back to one specific event and say that this had a huge impact? I'm not sure that you could, but I can tell you that from 2025 to 2026, our organization as a whole has seen almost a 10% reduction in our OSHA recordable incidents. So anytime you have the opportunity to get more knowledge about our field and our profession, I just think it's great. And Safety Connect is a great cost-effective way to do that. I don't know that there was per se one that stood out, but I can tell you this. There was a huge amount of chatter as one of our professionals in the field won an iPad. And so everybody that was attending, they saw that, and he made sure to brag about it. The spinning of the wheel and the things that we do at Safety Connect, everybody appreciated the fun of that. But also, if you had to look at something specific, I think it would be how we are transitioning as a profession across the world of using AI in safety, and what are the pros and cons there. And so those classes, those conversations, I heard a lot of chatter of people that appreciated that opportunity to sit and listen and learn. Well, I do know that they go back and look at it, and the reason that I know that is because sometimes people will ping me and say, hey, I went back and looked at this. I'm not sure if you attended, but this was really good. And so I do get those conversations, and that is part of the benefit of having to go to, or having gone and going to Safety Connect, is because that those resources are available, and you can go back and look. And it's not just for a limited time. I mean, it's really for the entire year. And so as people get more familiar with Safepedia and become a part of the Safepedia community, it's unlimited resources and opportunities to collaborate with other safety professionals, not only in our organization, but really across the globe. And thank you, Safepedia, for what y'all do.
Be sure to join us at Safety Connect. Register today at safetyconnect365.com or click the link below in the description.